Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. As you can see today, no charts, and I want to talk specifically about some issues a lot of you are facing right now. The reason I want to go over them is because the solution that you guys think you need, what you need is something else. And it's something that took me a long time to realize, that finally allowed me to just get out of my own way and just actually do what I was supposed to do. Because in this space, all this technical analysis, there's so many videos out there, there's so much stuff for you to consume that you get stuck on this like endless search of just wanting more and more information because you think that's what's going to make you profitable. But guess what? It's not. What I see a lot of is the fact that people assume that they need more knowledge in order to become profitable, to become consistent, to have results, to get to where they want to be. But the thing is, they're already like this close to getting to where they actually want to be, but they're literally holding themselves back. And this might apply to you. You might be at a really good point where you understand a lot technically and you have a good foundation, but what you're actually missing isn't just more information. The only thing that's standing in your way is yourself. You are setting yourself up to fail because you don't know how to get out of your own way. And what do I mean by that? Well, basically, you assume that just because you have a system, you're going to be just 100% consistent, profitable, whatever it might be. But guess what? If your psychology is off, if you can't follow your rules, what's going to happen? You're just going to keep failing. And it's not because of something technical. It's not because you need more information. It's not because you haven't found the secret to the matrix yet or whatever, right? Even though it's nice to have, of course, as much knowledge as you can, I'm telling you, it's not the answer. Usually the way it starts is that people have unrealistic expectations. You go in, you start something new, you start learning this, and maybe 2 months in, you're like, oh, by this time I should know it, right? Why is it not working? Why am I not consistent yet? Why am I not profitable? You're 2 months in. What do you expect, right? Maybe you're even more than that. Maybe you're half a year, and you're like, oh, really, I see all these people, they're already crushing it. Meanwhile, I'm not there yet, you know? Like you haven't even given yourself enough time. Do you realize that people literally, they work at this stuff for like 4 years, right? Before finding any sort of consistency, profitability. Of course, it varies from person to person, but maybe you see someone getting a payout and then you ask them like, what are you trading? And they're trading the same thing that you are. You might be wondering like, what's the difference between you and me, right? Well, guess what? They've just been at it for longer than you. And also they followed their plan. And the plan doesn't just involve the technical skill set that is required to do well in trading. It's also actually being able to stick to that system over a longer period of time, which leads to consistency. People have unrealistic expectations. I had someone tell me they haven't fully mastered it yet. They're not seeing the consistency. They're not able to take those trades they want to take. And I'm just like, you're 10 weeks in. Like, do you know what it took for me to get to where I am right now? It's the same for everyone else. Anyone you see that's consistent, that's profitable, they didn't just end up there. And you know what I really hate to see? When people take a losing trade and they instantly start doubting themselves. They're like, oh, maybe it's not for me. I'm sorry, why am I not getting it yet? Be more patient. Don't think that you're just going to be profitable, and don't be so reliant on the instant dopamine, right? And that's so normal now, and people just have these instant dopamine hits on our phone. We're just scrolling, right? Just going through TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And all the time we're just feeding ourselves. And so 5 minutes go by and you haven't done anything. And your body starts like itching. You just want to do something. This is the exact same thing that happens on the chart. Let's say you didn't take a trade yesterday and now you come on the chart the next day. What I see some people do is that they feel so bad for not taking a trade that they have to go in regardless of the setup. They're just going to take a trade just to scratch that itch, right? Just press the button, you know, because pressing the button is better than doing nothing, right? No, not at all. I went through the same thing. I literally had to stop myself from just wanting to be in the market at all times. I needed to literally learn to sit on my hands, and not even that, maybe just close the charts, go do something else for the day. When you know it's a bad trading environment, why are you even looking? What do you think that's going to do for you? If you then see a potential setup, you think you're going to just be like, oh, I'm not going to let this one go. If you don't have the discipline to not even look at the charts, you're definitely going to be taking that trade. You have to stop getting in your own way, trying to fix that problem, because you have to be a problem fixer in your trading. Without that, you're not going to move forward. So what I realized is that discipline, that I started laying the foundation of. I started going to the gym, started holding myself back from instant pleasures, all this dopamine. And that's, like I said, such a big issue in today's society because we're literally all on our phones. We're being fed constantly. But guess what? When you come on the charts, what's that going to do for you? Nothing. I realized that no matter what I was doing, it didn't matter if it was something that really sucked to do in the beginning, going to the gym or trying to be more disciplined in certain areas in life, just doing something that I didn't want to do. That's where it starts. And that discipline, what you do, this has literally carried through my entire life. Instead of getting that instant gratification, just having to suffer through something, you have to suffer. Trading is not supposed to be a pleasant journey. There is always that phase in the beginning where it's just grueling. It's just, you don't think you're going to make it. You're struggling. You're having a hard time trying to figure it all out. There's too much information, or you're just not getting it. You're just getting in your own way, like I talked about before. Your psychology isn't right. And in that period, you think it's fun? Do you think that I enjoyed it? Do you think that anyone else who's profitable, who's doing well in trading, do you think they enjoyed it? No. But it doesn't matter if I enjoyed it or not. Like, how do you think I got to this state of just being very neutral in what I do? It's because of this stuff. Imagine in life, you take so many beatings, right? You just get beat down every single time and you're not seeing any results right away. You're not seeing any instant gratification, nothing. Imagine what that does to your emotions, to your mental, where you're just getting beat down constantly, right? Just it feels unfair. It feels impossible. It's going to throw things at you that you might not expect. It's going to make you doubt yourself. It's going to make you doubt if you're even fit for this type of stuff, right? Is it even for me? Those are the questions you're going to be asking. But you know what? You have to go through that phase because it's something that all of us have gone through. Maybe you're going through it right now. Maybe you're watching this video and you're in that spot right now where everything just feels difficult. Everything feels hard. You're seeing other people around you. Oh, they're doing so well. They're getting payouts. But guess what? They were literally right where you are right now. And it's no different for me. Like, do you think I was happy about that stuff? No, I wasn't. But I knew there was a trade-off. And that's what I could see. I could see that in the future, there would be a point where it would all make sense. And that's what I was chasing. It wasn't the instant gratification of waking up tomorrow and then suddenly being a profitable trader. No, that didn't happen. Instead, what happened? It took months, took years of dedication, hard work, and just committing to it. Just commit to the work. Let's say I'm having a rough day. Let's say a trade doesn't go to plan. Maybe my psychology is off. You know what I do? I don't feel bad for myself. I don't start questioning what I do because I know exactly what my capabilities are, what I know technically. No doubt. Regardless of where you are right now, stop thinking that this is going to be some sort of short-term switch. People ask me, was it just one moment where suddenly everything clicked? No, it's all those little things, the small building blocks that you have to establish, that you have to go through. And you need to think long-term. Instead of questioning yourself every single time you take a loss, instead look at the bigger picture. Ask yourself, how long have I been doing this? Is there still room for me to grow? Am I still needing to work on things, on myself, on my technicals, whatever it might be? If the answer is yes, what do you have to do then? You got to put in the work. In many ways, you are your biggest ally and your biggest enemy. Because what you might do is that you might put a lot of pressure on yourself and be like, oh, I have to make money this week. I have to make money this month. And you're just going into the market thinking that way. You have that in the back of your mind like, oh, I have to make money. I have to do this. Because if I don't have a payout by the next week, or if I don't pass this account by next week, then I'm going to be a failure. Or stop doing that. Stop trying to put more pressure on yourself. There's already enough pressure in life in general. There's always pressure from the outside, from friends, from family. It doesn't matter. There's always that outside pressure. So why are you making it worse by putting more pressure on yourself, by setting unrealistic expectations, thinking you have to be somewhere when in reality that's just unrealistic? Because you think just because someone else is there that you have to be there tomorrow. No, you're going at your own pace. So stop trying to sabotage yourself by setting these expectations that you have to do things. Because I'm telling you, the money in trading, for example, it comes as a natural result of the work that you put in. And if you just simply following your plan, your protocol, sticking to what you're going to do, you can almost go on autopilot. Just do what you're supposed to do And before you know it, oh, I just passed an account. Oh, I just got my first payout. Should it change anything in your trading about your psychology? No. If you pass your first account, sure, then you might feel, oh, that's great, really excited now because I passed my first funded. And then you might go blow it a few weeks after that. And then you're going to be really questioning yourself. How can I do this? Because I just passed a funded account and then I blow it right away. But that's also part of the process. It doesn't change anything. You have to go through it. Sorry to tell you, you might have to go through a couple funded accounts, right? Before you even get that first payout. Is that supposed to be degrading? No. It's supposed to be realistic. Thing is, once you make a plan for how you're going to reach your goals, whether it be trading, working out, anything of what I discussed, you follow that plan, you have the plan laid out until your emotions hit. And then the plan goes out the window. That's how it usually goes. And that's how it goes in trading as well. You have a clear plan, you go in for the day, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to crush it, I'm going to follow everything. And then what happens? Well, you get on the charts, you enter too early, get tunnel vision, you go through that whole spiral. And before you know it, you're blowing another account and then you're back to scratch again. To get out of that, you have to realize, okay, what am I doing wrong? Like, I need you to take a hard look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself 3 questions. What am I doing well? What am I doing wrong? Where should my focus be? Because that might be different for everyone. First, acknowledge what you already know, what you're good at, what you've mastered, what you don't need to spend more time on. Let's say that's technicals. You already understand exactly what to do. You know what to do for your plan. But then that what am I doing wrong parts comes in. That's where you need to be honest. You need to ask yourself, where do I go wrong in my trading, in my psychology, whatever it might be? Where is that lack of discipline? Where's the lack of emotional control? Because most of you, I'm telling you, the market isn't the problem. It's you. How do I know that? Speaking from experience. Because it was me. I was standing in my own way for a long time. And the sooner you realize that, the quicker that process is going to go. The quicker you're going to get to your goals. The quicker you're going to master psychology. I think everything just starts to fall into place when you truly understand that you are standing in your own way and you need to just step aside and just focus on doing what you're supposed to do. Follow your plan. Drop the ego. You have to realize that it's going to take time. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't chase the instant gratification. Chase the long-term results. Envision a future self, future version of you, where you are exactly where you want to be. And then tell yourself or write down whatever, exactly how you're going to get there. Identify the problem, find the solution, and then execute on that. In trading, getting those results, it's going to happen quick, but not as quick as you think. The point is that you're in control. Just listen to what I've said. You already know what to do. I know for a fact you know exactly what you need to work on. Whether you write it down in your journal, subconsciously you know your issue. You know where you go wrong. And most of the time, it's not on the charts. What you do off the charts will determine how you behave on the charts. That's what I want you to understand. Follow the plan, stay disciplined, and think long term.